My video titled explaining how or why each queen won their season got some views and some comments, but the most common comment I got was, how did Trixie win All Stars 3? And that's really what this video is about, given that there isn't much to explain when it comes to Chad and Alaska. They both went into All Stars 3 as the second place of their respective seasons. For both of them, All Stars was theirs to lose, and both of them dominated the competition. Trixie, though, Trixie is an interesting case. So there are three things that happened that led to Trixie's win. 1. Ben de la Creme eliminating herself. 2. The twist of the eliminated queens being the ones who choose the top 2 out of the top 4. And 3. Trixie doing better in the competition than Kennedy and ultimately being chosen as the winner. So these three things are really obvious and I don't really have to explain them, but Trixie's win was really just circumstantial and I think we can all agree on that. The three things that I listed needed to happen in order for Trixie to win, and I'll explain why. So, the first thing. Dela eliminated herself from the competition is somewhat very clear, she was the front runner of the season and has done the best out of any girl ever on Drag Race. She really was the clear winner of the season. So let's say she hadn't eliminated herself. She brought back Morgan, and out of the 3 lipsticks, she picked Kennedy, so the penultimate episode of All Stars 3 would have had Trixie, Shangela, Morgan, BB, and Dela. In the acting challenge, we know Dela would have done well no matter which part she got, and so would Shangela. And we've seen that Trixie's had problems standing out in challenges where she isn't constantly in the spotlight. So I do think her, Morgan, and BB would have been bottom 3, and Dela and Shangela would have been top 2. And even if Dela was in the bottom 3 and Trixie and Shangela were top 2, I don't think they would have eliminated Dela, but rather just, they would have re-eliminated Morgan. This means that the top 4 would have been Dela, Shangela, Trixie, and BB. Now, with the whole eliminated queens voting for the top 2 twist in order, we know that the first queen in the top 2 is Trixie. She got the second most votes after Kennedy. Well, the second is either Shangela or Dela, because nobody really wanted BB to get a second crown. As we know from the past seasons, the final lip sync does not matter. The winner is chosen by who did better in the season, or in rare cases, whose drag is more like Rue's or who's friends with Rue, but I'm not gonna name names, BB and Raja, but I'm not gonna name names. But no matter which 2 queens were picked as the top 2, Trixie just would not have won given that she had the worst track record out of the top 4. Secondly, let's say that the twist of the eliminated queens choosing the top 2 was not a thing. So, just like in Season 1 and Season 2 of All Stars, the winner would have been chosen based on who had the best track record or best score or whatever you want to call it. And whether the top 4 were BB, Shangela, Trixie, and Kennedy, or Dela instead of Kennedy, Trixie would not have been chosen as the winner out of these 4 girls. Now, we can also argue that Trixie would have won solely based on the fact that, she's Trixie. At the time, she had a popular YouTube show, she got a TV show, she had an album out, she was a fan favorite and all that. So, she might have been chosen as the winner regardless of all the scenarios I've just mentioned. On top of all of that, recently on Katya's podcast, Alaska said this.
And someone said to me, it was at the reunion taping, someone who works at World of Wonder was like, if that tantrum thing didn't happen, you probably wouldn't have won.
Wait, say that again? I don't get it.
Someone who is important at World of Wonder said if it weren't for that tantrum thing, you wouldn't have won.
So, we basically now know that the queen's track records don't fully matter on the show, but rather the winner of the season is whichever queen the producers, and maybe even Rue, thinks should win. And for All Stars 3, that queen was Trixie.